So John Wick 2, it's the return of John Wick. He's back. That's all you need to know. No other plot is needed to know about this movie. He's just back. And, going into this movie, the big thing that scared me was, what is his motivation for coming back? We've killed his puppy. What now? What can possibly bring him back out of retirement into this world? And it's not quite as good as the first one. It's not a puppy dying. His dog survives, spoiler alert. But it is good enough. It was good enough to bring him back into the world, I felt. A lot of people are saying it's not a good enough motivation. I think it was good enough. The thing about it is it's not... in the first John Wick, he decides to go back into this world. In the second one, he's kind of forced to come back and do all these things. So the motivation is there. Not quite as great as first. However, still awesome. Keanu, once again, is brilliant in this movie. He doesn't have that much dialogue, really. He just has a lot of menacing stares, menacing looks that I'm going to effing kill you. And it's awesome. He does such a phenomenal job with it. Something that after watching the first one, I think I said this in my review, was the fact that I would like to see more of the Continental, see more of this world with assassins. And this movie delivers that big time. You see so much of how things work in this assassin's world. We see a little bit more of the Continental and how it all works, and it is fantastic. The action, once again, is phenomenal. The gun fu is amazing. There's just... I love... so many action movies just have that stupid, we'll shoot a 2 seconds and then cut, and then 2 seconds and we'll cut it, and then 2 seconds and we'll cut. This is all just one take. You can tell that Keanu's doing most of this. You can tell that it's actual stunt work. It's not special effects. It's stunt work. It's people actually fighting. And I love that. It just looks phenomenal. You see everything. You don't just see, quick... You see their faces, you see their fists, you can tell who's fighting who, and I love that about these movies. And this movie brings on the action even more than the second. There are so many amazing set pieces in this movie that are just phenomenal. I have to talk about the sound design. It's something I usually don't talk about 100% because a lot of people don't understand it. But the sound design in this movie is great. Just everything from when cars are driving and guns are going off and all that fun stuff. Just the sound design with the action scenes are phenomenal. The score was something that kind of surprised me in this one. You could just, whenever the score started getting, bigger and more intense, you're just like, okay, here comes that awesome action scene. And then we got the awesome action scene, and the score was just shifted in there fantastically. The big thing I'm going to say about this movie is the fact that I think everyone in this movie who worked on this movie care. They care about this story. They care about this character. They love the mythology, the story behind it. They love it. And that is something that's fantastic to see, unlike a movie that I'll be talking about soon that you will see a review of, that they didn't care about. I love when I can see a movie and just know that everyone in this movie cared about what they were doing. They love what they are doing. They are, this isn't work for them. It's just they're having fun, and I like that. There are a few negatives to the movie. I said they brought the Continental and the mythology of the assassins into the movie more, unlike the first one, and I think they might have went a little too far with it. You just find out that there's so many assassins that it's just to the point that I was like, no. The first one was so realistic, and towards the end of this movie it gets unrealistic, and I wasn't as happy about that, I guess I could say. It went a little too far with it. It also, I'm not going to say it dragged, because I was interested the entire time, but there's a good 30-40 minutes of this movie where there's not really any action scenes. No guns are being fired. It's just, we're finding out the mythology. Like I said, it went a little too far with the mythology. They listened to the people when they said that we wanted to see more Continental, and we wanted to see more of these assassins and stuff. but they listened a little too much because it started getting long. And again, I was wanting an action scene because it is an action movie. A couple nitpicks here, nothing really even to talk about. It's just little things that bothered me a little bit, kind of. Again, I said in my John Wick review, the subtitles, there's just weird moments where they have like an orange subtitle or a red subtitle, and some of them work and make sense. But then there's others that you just see a blue subtitle, and it takes me out of the movie. I don't know what it is about it, these weird subtitles. Also, it's not really a negative, not really a nitpick even. If you watch this trailer, and you were looking for Lawrence Fishburne in this movie and thought he was going to have a big part, he's in it for maybe 5 minutes. He's really not in it very much. So, like I said, it wasn't a big negative for me. It was just something that I thought everyone should know. It's maybe 5 minutes. He could have been any actor, to be perfectly honest. Lawrence Fishburne didn't really need to be in there. It was just to have a little bit of a Matrix reunion, I think, and bring back some of the Matrix fans. In the end, this movie's pretty awesome. Not quite as good as the first. Very close, though. In the end, I think I'd probably go around an 8 out of 10. So, guys, that's my review for John Wick 2. Soon I will have my review for 50 Shades Darker, and oh boy, is that movie crap. Spoiler alert for that review, but that movie's garbage. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, comment down below, hit like, subscribe. We'll see you soon.